Hello YouTube, this is Ningyo Shujin from Team 240p Gold, and I thought I would come out with a little video while I'm just walking back from my local card shop. Me and Kurai were there, and he's the guy who's been filming most of the deck profiles. And I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about for a while. With the ban list out and Brio getting hit to being banned, I've been thinking about all the level 6 synchros we can sub with. I mean, there is no perfect substitute for Brio. There is no replacement for the luster that Brio had as a level 6. You could basically tech into any deck that ran a tuner and a level 4 monster. There were so many ways to make level 6s, and Brio was just like splashable and everything. Mostly because he was, level 6 and no requirement at all. One thing though, yeah, with him being banned, I've been trying to think of different, I don't know, that's too close. I've been thinking of all the different subs we could have for Brio, and when it comes to level 6s, this game really lacks those. So when Konami hit Brio, it makes it a very difficult decision on what to run a level 6 for. I mean, number one, Gaia Knight, but being a vanilla synchro, it's not really the best substitute now. Mainly the only reason you should probably go into Gaia Knight is if you need the 2600, but we have Pearl for that, and Pearl's kind of the Gaia Knight for Xyz, since 2 level 4s is really easy. So yeah, Gaia Knight, I just don't really like him. I don't like him much at all, just because he's a normal synchro, no effect. One more thing about Gaia, it's just like, he's Earth, he's tech, he's splashable and all that, but just because he's normal, that's the only reason I really don't like him. And aside from him, another card that came to mind was Flamboyant Urquizus. Now, the only reason I feel like Urquizus isn't a good sub for Brio is because he's the weakest of the bunch of synchros that I've picked out. He does do piercing damage. He does all the cool stuff. He gains 300 every time he deals damage. It turns him into a pretty big beater, maybe, if he can stay out long enough, because at the first time he deals damage, he's only going to go to 24. But, yeah. Aside from Urquizus, I thought he would have been a good sub, but he just seems too weak to be a good sub for Brio anymore. Kurai's favorite option, actually, was Orient Dragon. Now, Orient Dragon, level 6, same stats as Brio, or same attack power at least. But when you play him, you banish a face-up synchro your opponent controls. Now, I like it, but in my opinion, if you want to play Orient Dragon, it's not a generic level 6 you want to play. Sorry if it's a little dark, sun's blocked clearly. But, as for Orient Dragon being a sub for Brio, I don't see it working. It's too specific to use any good effect. Otherwise, you're playing a weaker Gaia, so why not just play Gaia? Another one that came to mind with Gaia being a warrior I thought about was Gravity Warrior. And Gravity Warrior, he's not that hard to find, and he's not bad. He is 21, which is the same stats as Urquizus, but he does gain points instantly instead of just having to be specific on battle. He doesn't really have a very good effect. The maximum he can go to is a 36 beater, but his effect really does lack a little luster. I mean, Brio was just the perfect sync. But, also, the only other level 6 that could come to mind that would be a good sub would be Iron Chain Dragon. The thing about Iron Chain Dragon, it's 2500. It mills your opponent's deck. It's not bad, but we live in a format, this is a meta that we are in, where you want your cards in the graveyard. Playing against an Insector deck, for example, if you hit them directly, or you hit them for damage, and you mill their Hornet, you're asking to get destroyed in that game. This meta loves graveyard setup, especially in any form of chaos. So out of those monsters, I would say Gravity Warrior, mainly because he gets bigger on summoning. I'm wandering into traffic, so it's going to get a little bit noisy. But, yeah. Iron Chain Dragon just isn't good when it, mills those cards you don't want your opponent to have. Or you don't want them to have in the grave. They could just mill Light Dark and then instantly BLS over Iron Chain and then go for your life. Gravity Warrior, he just gets big. I like that. If your opponent has 2 monsters, which most time when you're playing, they're going to have 2 or more monsters on the field. So the minimum he's going to go is 27. Because very rarely I think you're going to make Gravity Warrior when your opponent only has 1 monster. Otherwise, Gaia Knight and Uraquasis doesn't seem much worth it when I thought about it at first. I mean, 21, he only gets bigger if he deals damage. It doesn't seem much worth it. But, and Gaia Knight, yeah, you can run Gaia Knight. I mean, personally, I would probably run Gaia Knight over Gravity Warrior. Mainly because Gaia Knight, mainly because Gaia Knight is a set level, or set power. But, if you're looking for a sub for Brio, I would have to say go with Gravity Warrior. I mean, Gaia Knight's vanilla. At least Brio does something. Or, at least Gravity Warrior does something. Gaia doesn't do anything. Well, I guess that's the end of this video. I'll be trying to do more videos like this where I'm walking to my card shop, where I'm walking back, and I could just talk to you guys. Different topics and everything. So, this is Ningyo no Shujin from Team 240p Gold. Remember to rate, comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. I will see you later.